The Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association presents Matinee Madness. Matinee Madness is presented by the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center and Eldorado Scioto Downs.
Today we're in my hometown of Urbana, Ohio for the annual Champaign County Harness Horsemen's Association Spring Matinee. Welcome back to the latest edition of Matinee Madness. I'm Ashley Daly.
I'm Susan Schroeder.
Today we've got over 50 horses bringing you 15 races. And I have to say I'm a little biased because this is my hometown. But I think we've got some good races going on.
I think so, and you've got a little bit of a connection to one of the trainers that has a lot of horses in today. So we've got 19 different trainers bringing horses today. Most of them are Ohio sired, but we have a few out-of-state breds. So these matinees are just a great way to get the young horses going.
Yeah. We do have a lot of local trainers here today, but a few are shipping in. And so that's always fun to see how those new horses are going to react.
Yes, some of them the first time off the farm coming to the track. We were in Greenville yesterday at their annual matinee, and we saw miles that went from 2.3 to 2.28. So there was a place for everyone. And we saw a 2-year-old down by the Seaside filly who went in 2.3 last half in 58. So we definitely saw some speed there, and I think we will today.
Yeah, we definitely have some Seaside fillies and colts in here today. This is a fast track. The Buckeye Stallion Series is held here.
They always have a great chamber night here at the fair time where this stands is absolutely full, and they do a great job here at the Urbana.
And of course, I did get the opportunity to head back on that backside and get some inside looks from our trainers, owners, fans.
I don't think you're going to have people turning you down for interviews today because they all know Ashley. Ashley practically grew up here.
They can't tell me no.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. We will be back with Race 1 after these words from our sponsors.
Racing is back at Eldorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday afternoon. First post time is 3:15. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation July 4th. 2-year-old trotters and pacers begin their careers in the Next Generation. Horse players earn points with a new Caesars Reward program. Eldorado Scioto Downs, live racing is back.
Athletes, they come in all shapes and sizes. They catch, they leap, they run. Some athletes even come with 4 legs and paws and hooves. When these beloved family members need care, remember the Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center. Ohio State experts wrote the book on exceptional animal care and know how to get our best friends back on their feet. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
The Champaign County Fairgrounds has a long history of good horses and good horsemen. Yesterday, at Greenville, we talked about Gene Regal, who also had a Hambletonian winner here in Urbana. But we also have Dick Buxton, Bob Seabrook, and of course Bill Daly, to name a few that have made their mark in the industry. Beside me, I have my mom, Kim, who learned under Dick Buxton, and she's going to tell us about that today.
I started when I was a junior in high school. I worked for him one summer and told him I wanted to come back after I graduated the next year, and been doing the horses ever since. I was 17. He was a good horseman. I learned under him. His boys, Branch Buxton and Bradley Buxton, they all taught me a lot. I worked for both of them too, off and on different times. Dick's raised some nice horses. When I first started, I had this horse named Simper Silk, and he wanted me to get in an airplane and go overseas and race her. And I said, no way am I getting on an airplane and taking a horse overseas. So Herbie Brown took her for me, I can't remember how she done, but she was a nice filly. And Killbuck Mary, I wasn't there then, but that was another nice horse he trained. Faraway Bay, I wasn't there then, but it was another one. But Dick was a real good horseman, and I learned a lot from him.
He's in the Harness Racing Hall of Fame, the Harness Racing Museum up in New York, because he was a great horseman. And he was not the only one here from Champaign County. We also talked about Gene Regal yesterday at Greenville, who at one time did have some Hambletonian winners here at the fairgrounds. But what was your favorite memory of Dick?
Dick was always good to me. He was, I don't know, he was a good person. He just, I remember a lot from him. I just do. He was a good person. Him and his boys both. They was good people.
Is there anything that he taught you that you still use today?
Well, I'm sure the caretaking of a horse really come from Bradley, his boy. Because that was, Bradley watched over him. He helped his dad too, but the caretaking and the caretaking of your equipment, your horses and everything. He was a top-notch guy at that time. You took real good care of a horse.
And that's a little bit of history about here in Urbana. Let's head into the pre-show of race 1.
Thanks, Ashley. Let's take a look at race number 1. This is a 2:20 time bar. It's a pace. Number 1 horse is Oh How You Wiggle It. This is a 2-year-old filly by Mr. Wiggles out of the Iron Ridge mare, Ridge Jumper. Melby Ober Jr. trains, and Jeff Neisanger will be in the bike. Coming out of the 2-hole will be Judge Scooty. This is a 2-year-old filly by Fear the Dragon out of the Ponder mare, Scooty Bess Lou. Andre Nerad will drive for trainer Dan Conkrite. The 3 horse is Chocolate Wasted. This is a 2-year-old filly by Nob Hill High out of the Astros mare, Star of Show. Ron Alexander trains, and Nathan Alexander gets in the bike. The 4 horse, Aquaholic. Brendan Johnson will drive for trainer Clarence Falk. This filly is a Down by the Seaside out of the Dragon Again mare, All American Happy. So let's pick up the action for the first.
Aquaholic trying to take him gate to wire. Oh, How You Wiggle It. Chocolate Wasted third. Judd Scooty is fourth. They're at the midpoint of the backside, nearing the 3/4. Aquaholic has the lead. Oh, How You Wiggle It. Here comes Stacy Mays and Judd Scooty at the 3/4 in 1:46. Into the final turn. It's Aquaholic and out and on the move. Oh, How You Wiggle It. Right there, third is Judd Scooty. Chocolate Wasted is fourth. On the outside, Oh, How You Wiggle It. And Jeff Neisanger has taken the lead. Aquaholic is second. Judd Scooty on the outside, third. Through the lane, coming to the wire. Oh, How You Wiggle It. Oh, How You Wiggle It. Judge Scooty, Aquaholic third, fourth.
Race number 1 from Urbana is in the books, and the winner was Oh How You Wiggle It. Jeff Neisanger in the bike for trainer Melby Ober Jr., owner Matt Rowe. Judge Scooty was second, and we had a late driver change on Judge Scooty. Stacy Mays was in the bike for Judge Scooty. Aquaholic was third, and Chocolate Wasted was fourth. Fractions were 36, 111, 146, and 216. We'll take a look at race number 2. This is a 2:45 time bar, a trot. And as I was looking at it, I thought, boy, that's kind of slow, 2:45 time bar. But it turns out that most of these horses, all of these horses are coming back in later races. So they're going to get 2 chances behind the gate today. Number 1 horse is Zavion. This is a Team 6 out of the Sand Chaser mare, Memory's Dream. Terry Groves drives and trains. 2 horse, Nothing But Candy, is a filly by Nothing But Class out of the Davanti mare, Bumblesy Candy, Brian Roebuck trains, and Jeff Neisanger will be in the bike. 3 horses, Vitamin P. This is an Uncle Peter out of a Muscles Yankee mare, Vitamin M. Ron Alexander trains, and Nathan Alexander will be driving. 4 horses, Amaretto's Andy. Richard Dingledine drives for trainer Kim Daly. This is an Away We Go colt out of the Tom Ridge mare, Amaretto Delight. Now remember, this is a 2:45 time bar, but they are all going to come back in later races in the 6th and 7th. So this is rather interesting that we'll get to see them twice today. So we will pick up the action for race number 2.
The leader, Zabian, and out comes Vitamin P. Off stride is Amaretta's Andy. Nothing But Candy trails the field. They have an 1/8 of a mile to trot. It's Zabian on the front end. On the outside is Vitamin P. Zabian and Vitamin P coming to the line together. Vitamin P and Zabian on the line. It might have been Xavier.
Here are your results from race 2. Xavier was the winner for Terry Groves, driver and trainer. The owners are John Bucivius and Kenneth Williams. Finishing second was Vitamin Key and Nathan Alexander. Third was Amaretto's Andy and Richard Dingledine. And fourth was Nothing But Candy and Jeff Neisonger. Fractions were 41 and 3, 123 and 2, 2 minutes and a fifth, and 2:35. You'll see Xavier come back in the 6th, as well as Vitamin P. Nothing But Candy and Amaretto's Andy will be back in the 7th race. Take a look at race 3. Again, this is a 2:45 first heat time bar, as 2 of these horses will come back for race 8. Number 1 horse is 2 Weeks, trainer Clarence Falk, driver Brendan Johnson. This is a down by the seaside colt out of a Jeremy's Jet mare, Ella's Jet. Number 2 horse is Good Talk. Richard Dingledine will drive for Kim Daly. This is a well-said colt out of the Arts Chip mare, Velocity Chiplet. Hoof of Fire will come out of the 3-hole with Terry Groves. Terry is trainer and driver. And this is a Yankee Cruiser filly out of the 3 Olives mare, Shining Victory. So we will pick up the action now in race 3.
Down the stretch. Hoof of Fire on the outside, 2 Weeks the inside. Hoof of Fire on the outside will photo 2 Weeks.
It was the Yankee Cruiser filly Hoof of Fire winning race number 3. 2 Weeks, driven by Brendan Johnson, was second, and Good Talk and Richard Dingledine were third. Fractions were 41, 120, 156, and 232 and 1. Greg Pearson owns Hoof of Fire, who was trained and driven by Terry Groves. 2 Weeks and Hoof of Fire will be back in the 8th race. Let's take a look at race 4. This is a 2:10 time bar, and there are 3 2-year-olds in this race. Coming out of the rail is Trooper L. This is a Racing Hill out of a Dave Panlone mare, Zoe's Lemon Tart. Hank Levan is trainer, and he will also be doing the driving. Big Brutus has the 2-hole. This is a Big Bam Ray out of an I Scoot Hanover mare, Hillcrest Crystal. Charles Little will be driving. And Jeff Neisonger will handle the 3-horse Keep It Dirty. Trainer Melvin Orby, well said, out of a Nobleland Sam mare, Sarah's Little Sis. Again, this is a 2:10 time bar with those 3 2-year-olds in it. We will pick up the action in race number 4.
It's Keep It Dirty by 2. Trooper L is second. Big Brutus is third as a near 3/4. Keep It Dirty, the Bay Colt, but well said, out of the Nobleland Sam mare, Sarah's Little Sis has the lead at the 3/4 in 1:45. They move around the far turn. Keep It Dirty. Trooper L to the outside. They're set to stride for home. It is Keep It Dirty. Trooper L on the outside. Big Brutus is third. Inside the final 16th. Keep It Dirty to the inside. Trooper L on the outside. Trooper L. Keep It Dirty. Keep It Dirty.
Jeff Neisonger and Keep It Dirty won race number 4 for owner Matt Rowe. Trooper L and Hank Levan were second, and Big Brutus and Charles Little were third. Time of the mile was 37 and 1, 112 and 2, 145 and 214 and 3. We'll take a short break for a commercial message, and then we will be back.
Racing is back at Eldorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday afternoon. First post time is 3:15. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation July 4th. 2-year-old trotters and pacers begin their careers in the Next Generation. Horse players earn points with a new Caesars Reward program. Eldorado Scioto Downs. Live racing is back.
Let's head over to the backstretch with Ashley Daly.
Joining me now, I have Hannah Dingledine and Jennifer Wallace, two that we actually spoke to last year at the Champaign County Fair about their Standardbred 4-H project. So Hannah, start me off with what is it?
It's a 4-H program, and we're actually the biggest program in the state. We're part of the club Pins, Pans, and Needles, and last year we came up to the barns and we learned like cleaning stalls, and last year we learned how to train the horses, the process of training. So we did some line driving, and we actually got the chance to kind of train some horses out on the track. So it was cool.
What first got you interested in the Standardbred project?
What really interested me was just, our whole family's around it. So, I've never really been like big into like learning about all this stuff until I realized there was a project about it. I like to do a lot of different 4-H projects. So I was like, well, this would be a cool way to learn more about it since I'm like the only one that doesn't know.
And Jen, you actually graduated from the program last year. You finished off in 2021, but you're still involved. So how are you involved? Where do you plan on going? What does your career path look like right now?
Well, I am in nursing school, which there's not much I can do outside of that. But over the summer, I do plan on helping out a little bit around the barn. It's a big stress reliever for me, and I love the animals, and I love being around the industry. So hopefully one day down the road, I'll be able to own some and help out more around the barn.
Anyone can answer. What has been your most favorite part of learning with these horses?
I would say driving them. I've been cleaning stalls and getting them ready for so long that getting behind them actually was the most exciting part.
Yeah, jogging for me was the most exciting part. Cleaning stalls is not fun when you do it every day.
But you always have to start somewhere, right? And you got to work your way up, and I think all of us here started off cleaning stalls before anything else.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, girls. Let's go back to Susan.
Thanks, Ashley. Race number 5 coming up is a 2:15 time bar for Pacers. Number 1 horse is She Thinks I Still Care. Stacy May picks up the catch drive for trainer Melby Ober. This is a Western vintage colt out of a Jeremy's Jet mare, Metallico. 2 horses, LL Mistress. Brendan Johnson drives for Clarence Folk. This well-said colt is out of an Art Major mare called Mistra. Hold It and Richard Dingledine will come from the 3-hole for trainer Kim Daly. This is a Rockin' Amadeus filly out of a Mach 3 mare called Mach's Delicacy. Hey Minnie L is the 4-horse Hank Levan trains and drives. This is a Full of Fun out of a Towner's Big Guy mare, Liliana. So we will pick up the action in race 5.
On to the 5/8 they go. The leader by 2. She Thinks I Still Care. LL Mistress is second. Hold It is third. Hey Minnie L from 4th to 3rd on the outside. Up the backside, it's She Thinks I Still Care, and She Thinks I Still Care with a miscue. LL Mistress to the outside for Brennan Johnson to grab the lead. Hey Minnie L on the outside second. Here comes Hold It and Richard Dingledine from 4th to 3rd on the outside. She Thinks I Still Care, who once had the lead, is now the trailer. They race around the far turn. LL Mistress, 3/4, 148. Hey Minnie L is second. Off stride, She Thinks I Still Care. Hold It on the outside. Through the lane, coming to the wire. With the lead on the inside. As they come to the wire, LL Mistress. Hey Minnie L second. Hold It is third. Home 4th.
Little Mistress was doing some pacing down the stretch to win race number 5 here at Urbana. Brendan Johnson in the bike. Hey Minnie and Hank Levan finished second. Hold It and Richard Dingledine were third. And She Thinks I Still Care with Stacy Mays was 4th. Fractions were 37, 113, 148, and 219. And as I said, that little well-said filly, little LL Mistress, was really pacing down the stretch. Owner is Falk Stables from Springfield, Ohio. Take a look at race 6. This is a trot. Time bar 220 to 225. This is a second heat for a couple horses. They are coming back. Spicy Begonia is coming out of the 1 hole for trainer-driver Jason Haynes. This is an Enterprise filly out of the K-On Turbo mare Sittin' Chili. And this filly was 3rd at the Washington Courthouse Matinee. Catastrophic L and Hank Levan will come from the 2 hole. This is a Triumphant Caviar filly out of a Holiday Road mare called Jolie Jewel. Vitamin P is making his second appearance on the track today. It was in the 2nd race. Nathan Alexander will drive for trainer Ronald Alexander, and this is an Uncle Peter out of a Muscles Yankee mare, Vitamin M. Xavion also was raced in the 2nd race for Terry Groves, and this is a Team 6 colt out of the Sand Chaser mare, Memory's Dream. So 4 in it, 2 coming back. You saw earlier in race 2. So let's pick up the action in this trot.
Vitamin P, the 2-year-old bay colt, but Uncle Peter has a 2-length lead over Catastrophic and Hank Levan. Catastrophic, the bay filly by Triumphant Caviar. Trot 2nd. Xavier is 3rd. This the bay gelded son of Team 6. And Spicy Begonia trails the field. 3/4, 144 3. They circle the far turn. It's Vitamin P. Catastrophic L on the outside. These two stride for stride as they come to the top of the stretch. Catastrophic L on the outside. Vitamin P the inside. It is Vitamin P. Catastrophic L will not reach. Vitamin P will take the 6th.
Race 6 is in the books. Vitamin P was your winner with driver Nathan Alexander, trainer Ronald Alexander, and owner Scott Alexander. Catastrophic L was 2nd. Xavion was 3rd, and Spicy Begonia finished 4th. Fractions were 35 3, 110 3, 144 3, and 216. Let's take a look at race 7. This is a 2:25 time bar. The 1-horse Eddie L will be driven by Louis Levan. Hank Levan is the trainer. This is a 2-year-old colt by What the Hill out of an ABC Garland mare. Great idea, Jane. The 2-horse is Naughty Triumphant. This is a 4-year-old Triumphant Caviar horse out of a Dewey Cheatham and Howe mare, the Naughty Nanny. Tyler Loy is driver trainer. This horse last had a start in December of 2021 at Northfield, and looks like he's coming back to get ready to race again. The 3-year-old Nothing But Candy, driver Jeff Nysonger for trainer Brian Robach. This is a 2-year-old filly by Nothing But Class out of the Devante mare, Bumblesy Candy. This horse finished 4th in the 2nd race. The 4-horse is Amaretto's Andy. Richard Dingledine drives for Kim Daly. This is a 2-year-old colt by And Away We Go out of a Tom Ridge mare, Amaretto Delight. And Amaretto's Andy finished 3rd in the 2nd race. So we have 2 returning for their 2nd heats. This is a 2:25 time bar. So let us pick up the action in race 7.
Eddie L is 3rd, Nothing But Candy 4th with an 1/8 of a mile to trot. Amaretta's Andy, Naughty Triumph on the outside. Through the lane on the outside, Naughty Triumph the inside. Amaretta's Andy coming to the line. Naughty Triumph. Amaretta's Andy will be home 2nd.
The 4-year-old Naughty Triumphant won the 7th race. Tyler Loy trains and drives this horse, and Amy Lowe is the owner. Amaretto's Andy was 2nd. Eddie L was 3rd. And Nothing But Candy did not finish. She made a few breaks, and Jeff Nysonger just decided to take her off the track. Fractions were 42 1, 122 1, 155, and 230 2. Race number 8 is next, and that is a 2:25 time bar. This is a 2nd heat for 2 of the horses. One horse is Fear Miss Mojo. Nathan Alexander drives for Ron Alexander. This is a Fear the Dragon out of a Rock and Roll Hanover mare, Miss Mojo. Solstice Begonia will be driven by Eric Hayes. Eric Hayes is also the trainer and the owner. This is a Racing Hill out of a Big Jim mare, Adriana My Love. And Solstice Begonia finished 2nd at the Washington Courthouse Matinee. Terror's Delight will be driven by Stacy May for trainer James Atwell. This is a 3-year-old filly by Western Terror out of Bettor's Delight mare, Life of Delight. 2 weeks, and Brendan Johnson will be coming back. They finished second in the 3rd race. Clarence Folk is the trainer of this Down by the Seaside colt out of the Jeremy's Jet mare, Ella's Jet. And Hoof of Fire has the 5-hole, trained and driven by Cherry Groves. This Yankee Cruiser out of a 3 Olives mare, Shining Victory, won the 3rd in 2:32-1. So race 8, let's pick up the action.
They're off the turn. They're on the backside. Saltus Begonia. Here comes 2 weeks to the outside. In 2 weeks, jumps it off. 3rd is Fear Miss Mojo. Hoof of Fire is 4th. Terrace Delight is 5th. And 2 weeks after the miscue has taken the lead. Saltus Begonia is 2nd. Hoof of Fire is 3rd. Fear Miss Mojo is 4th. Terrace Delight is 5th. 3/4 in 139-1. 49-1 as they race around the turn. 3/4, 149-1. 2 weeks a leader. Hoof of Fire on the outside. Fear Miss Mojo 3rd. Saltus Begonia 4th. Terrace Delight is 5th. Through the lane, it is 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Brennan Johnson, a 2-year-old bay colt by Down by the Seaside, will take the 8th race.
8th race is in the books, and 2 weeks and Brendan Johnson were winners. This colt made a little miscue on the backside, but popped right back pacing and finished very strong in this race. Hoof of Fire finished 2nd. Fear Miss Mojo was 3rd. Solstice Begonia was 4th. And Terror's Delight was 5th. Fractions were 36-3, 111-1, 149-1, and 221. Take a short break for these messages, and then we're going to meet up with Ashley Daly on the backstretch.
Your animals provide unconditional love. When they hurt, you want the best care available to help them enjoy life again. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center is here for you and for them. From heart disease to cancer, diabetes to broken bones, and 24-hour emergency services, Ohio State's team of experts make a difference in the lives of animals and the family members who love them. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center.
Joining me now, I have Nate Alexander on the backside, relatively new to Urbana and Ohio in general. So why don't you give me a background of your history in harness racing?
Well, originally I'm from Maine. My dad raced horses for basically his entire life, probably 40 years in Maine. Got out of it when I was 17 or 18 years old. Always pushed me to go to college, do something different. Didn't want me in the horses. And when I was about 22 or 23, I decided I wanted to take a swing at it. You know, I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I decided to go work at Hanover Shoe Farms. I spent 2 years there working with Bridget Jablonski, the vice president. Learned a ton, but I wanted that excitement, you know, so I had to find a way to get the adrenaline rush. So I came out here to work for Mike Hitchcock and did that for about a year, and now we've been on our own for a year out here. So
how many do you have in your stable now?
Right now we have 9. We have 4 babies, 3 3-year-olds and 2 4-year-olds, and all but 1 are Ohio bred.
So we mentioned we got a few babies, which we did see out on the track this afternoon. Actually, one went 2 heats.
Yeah.
So can you tell me why some trainers do that? Because the only race that goes 2 heats anymore is a Little Brown Jug. So what's the importance of doing that doubleheader?
Well, Terry Groves and I talked about it. He has a young trotter too, 2-year-old trotter, and my trotter's a little goofy. He can be, you know, a bit of a handful sometimes. So we wanted to make sure we got out there, made him focus for a slow mile. I even scored him down a mile before that one. So really, he went 3 heats, and the last heat I just put him in the race bike because, you know, we want to show him different things. We want to keep him on his toes, and he was amazing. So.
Well, you talk about the excitement. You definitely were out there driving today. So do you want to be a driver, or do you want to switch over to training like your dad?
I always will say trainer first. Would I drive if I found a horse that I really, wanted to drive specifically? Yeah. Will I qualify some? Yeah. Will I probably end up driving at the fairs? Yeah. But as far as being a catch driver or overnights all the time, no. I'm too big for that. So.
All right, and that was Nate over here on the backside. Let's go back to Susan.
Thanks, Ashley. Let's take a look at race 9. This is a 2:15 time bar. The one horse, Tell a Tale, be driven and is trained by Randy Smith. This is horsed by the Indiana sire Tell It Like It Is out of a Yankee Cruiser mare, Yankee Panky BB. The 2 horse is Beaches B Cray Cray. Kevin Snyder drives for Kim Daly. This is a Lost for Words colt out of the Some Beach Somewhere mare, My Beach Baby. Sea Sand has the 3-hole. Brendan Johnson will drive for Hank Levan. This is a Down by the Seaside filly out of a Rock and Roll Heaven mare, Sand Laney Luck. And the 4 horse is Vinnie L. Hank Levan drives and trains. This is a Western Vintage filly out of a Park Place mare, Sheer Sabra. Let's pick up the action in race number 9.
And the leader into the turn is Sea Sand. Beaches Cray Cray second. Here comes Tell a Tale, now third on the outside. Vinnie L is fourth. Off the turn, up the backside they go, and Tell a Tale will head right to the front. Sea Sand second. Vinnie L on the outside. He was fourth. He's now third. Beaches Cray Cray shuffled to fourth and last. We got 2 in, 2 out at the 3/4. Tell a Tale, 3/4 in 1:40 around the far turn. With the lead, it is Tell a Tale. Vinnie L on the outside. Sea Sand third. Beaches Cray Cray fourth. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Tell a Tale. Vinnie L. The Bayfield of a Western Vintage on the outside. Sea Sand between horses. Tell a Tale on the inside. The inside, it is Tell a Tale over Vinnie L.
The winner of race 9, Tell a Tale, the Indiana sired horse by Tell It Like It Is, winning for owner Jessica Smith. Randy Smith trains, Randy Smith drives, and Ronnie Gillespie, after winning the driving title at Greenville yesterday, was even down helping in the winner's circle. Finishing second was Sea Sand, third was Vinnie L, and fourth was Beaches B Cray Cray. This was probably the most exciting race that we've had today. All the colts were really close, and it was nice to see all the education that they were getting. Fractions were 33 and 2, 108 and 4, 140, and a mile and 2:11. Let's take a look at race 10. This is a 2:10 time bar. One horse is Jens Beckham. This is a Big Bam Ray colt out of the Polo Player mare, Polo Jen. Coming out of the 2-hole is Jeff Neisanger with Beautiful Seaside for trainer Melby Ober. This is a Down by the Seaside filly out of a Your Nemesis mare, You're Beautiful. Cesar L and Hank Levan will leave from hole 3. Hank Levan trains this Down by the Seaside colt out of a Cam Luck mare, Eyewitness Account. Fear Me Roar comes out of the 4-hole for Brendan Johnson and Clarence Folk. This is a Fear the Dragon filly out of the Red River Hanover mare, Red Walls. So let's pick up the action in race 10.
Round the far turn, Fear Me Roar with the lead. Caesar L right there second. Beautiful Seaside third. Jens Beckham is fourth. They're on their way home. Fear Me Roar. Caesar L on the outside. Beautiful Seaside. Fear Me Roar. Fear Me Roar. And Brennan Johnson.
Race 10 went to the 3-year-old Fear the Dragon filly, Fear Me Roar. A gate-to-wire performance for driver Brendan Johnson and trainer Clarence Falk. Fastest mile of the day so far in 2:4. This filly is owned by Falk Stables of Springfield and William Hart of Maine. Finishing second in the race was Cesar L. Third was Beautiful Seaside, and fourth was Jens Beckham. Fractions for the mile were 32 and 1, 104 and 1, 133 and 4, and a mile and 2:4. Let's take a look at race 11. This is a 2:10 time bar. We are scratched down to a field of 3. The one horse is TT Jericho. Jeff Neisanger will drive this 2-year-old for Brian Robach. This is a Beauville Powerful out of a Badlands Hanover mare, Trouble Talk. The 2 is scratched. The 3 is Miss Hillfinger. This is a 3-year-old filly by Racing Hill out of a DreamWorks mare, Designer Dreams. Hank Levan drives and trains. And the 4 horse is the Pennsylvania sired Man Go. This is a 6-year-old by Western Ideal out of the Real Artist mare, My Little Artist. Tyler Loy trains and drives this horse, and this horse's last start was July 20th of 2019 in the Adios eliminations at the Meadows. So let's pick up this action in race 11.
They near 3/4. Mango and Tyler Loy will guide him into the far turn. TT Jericho, 3/4 in 1:35. Around the far turn, Miss Hillfinger is third. Mango opens up with every stride. TT Jericho second. Miss Hillfinger third. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. It is Mango leading TT Jericho and Miss Hillfinger. Mango, Tyler Loy to take the 11th.
Race 11 goes to the 6-year-old Mango. For Tyler Loy, Tyler is a trainer and driver. Sitting second in that race was TT Jericho, and Miss Hillfinger was third. Quarter times were 33 and 2, 104 and 2, 135 and 2, 3 and 1. It's a last half in 58 and 4 for Mango, who's making a comeback after quite a few years off, has not started since 2019. Ashley Daly caught up in the barn with Tyler.
We tend to focus a lot on our 2-year-old babies here at the Matinees, but we cannot forget about our aged horses. Beside me, I have Tyler Loy, who won with Mango. That horse is very proven, one of our most proven we have seen out on the track today. But he's been sitting since, well, at least hasn't been racing since 2019. Can you tell me a little bit about how you got him, or if you know any history?
Really, we deal a lot with buggy horses and Amish horses and stuff like that. And, the guys that we have, they don't necessarily just take horses and drive them up and down the road. They move horses, and that's kind of what they do. They don't, they look for horses to buy and sell for other Amish people. And if they run across, one or two or maybe a couple that they think can do back on the racetrack, I have a pretty good reputation with them. And, they call us, and, my dad, who actually kind of started it, had just passed. And, so I've taken it over now. And, they called us on this horse, and I looked him up, and I said, is he clean-legged? When you catch a horse like that, you're thinking, they've broken something or, something like that. But, as far as I could find out, there was no broken bones, or at least nobody told me there was any broken bones, and he don't have a pinfire mark on him. So I thought, with what he shows in his past history, he's definitely worth taking a shot for.
Do you have a plan so far as what this next racing season will look like for him, or did this Matinee kind of help you?
I really don't have a plan. Yes, he is a nice horse, but who knows what he's going to come back to. My thing is I don't really have any plans for him. I'm just going to let him tell me where he wants to be, or where he is, and if he gets back up into big time status, then maybe we might try that circuit. But for right now, we'll just stay local and hopefully be a good horse wherever he fits.
That was Tyler Loy here on the backside. Back to you, Susan.
Race 12 coming up is a 2:15 time bar. One horse is A-Pop Superstar. Randy Smith trains and drives. This is a Donato Hanover out of a Yankee Glide mare. I'm your biggest fan. The 2 horses, BC Foxy Lady. David Meyer is trainer and driver, and it's a brown filly, 2-year-old by Expressive Action. Fantastic L will leave from hole 3. Hank Levan is trainer and driver. This is a Team 6 filly out of the SJ's Caviar mare, Perceptive Caviar. And Spirit Begonia will come from the 4-hole. Jason Haynes trains and drives. This 3-year-old filly is by Southwind Spirit out of a Donato Hanover mare, Coram Dio. So let's pick up the action in race 12.
It is BC Foxy Lady, a pop superstar right there as second. Spirit Begonia is third. Frantistic L trails 3/4 in 140. They circle the far turn with the lead as they race around the turn. BC Foxy Lady. Here comes a pop superstar to the outside. Spirit Begonia will come 3 wide. Frantistic L is fourth inside the final 16th mile. It's a pop superstar, a pop superstar. Spirit Begonia on the outside. outside. Spirit Begonia may have been a pop superstar, very tight on the line.
Race 12 was definitely the closest race we've had today. In fact, so close that the judges could not separate it and called it a dead heat. Dead heat between a pop superstar, Randy Smith driving, and Spirit Begonia with Jason Haynes. Finishing third was BC Foxy Lady, and fourth, Fantastic L. Fractions were 33 and 1, 107 and 3, 140, and 211 and 1. Let's take a look at race 13. This is a 2-5 time bar. The one-horse Hill of Dreams will be driven by Andre Narad for trainer Dan Conkrite. This is a 3-year-old filly by Racing Hill out of the All-American Native mare Native Dream. This filly was third at Washington Courthouse. Richard Dingledine drives Retro Hanover for Kim Daly. This is a 3-year-old filly by Western Vintage out of the Some Beach Somewhere mare Romnesia Hanover. Coming from the 3-hole will be Valcove and Logan Powell. Logan also trains this horse. This is a 3-year-old filly by Down by the Seaside out of a Dream Away mare, Valeria. And from the 4-hole, Mick Patriot. Stacy May is going to drive for Terry Groves. This is a 5-year-old McCardle out of a Ponder mare named Poker Place.
They're halfway home. The leader, Mick Patriot. Retro Hanover second. Valcove is third. Hill of Dreams is fourth. The half, 106 and 2/5. They reach the 5-8. Valcove and Logan Powell to the outside. Mick Patriot shows the way. Retro Hanover locked in third. Fourth is Hill of Dreams up the backside of the 3/4. Mick Patriot by 3 parts of a length. Valcove on the outside. Retro Hanover is third. Fourth is Hill of Dreams. They're at 3/4. They're into the far turn. Mick Patriot the leader. The inside Retro Hanover 3/4 in 137 and 2. Around the far turn, Mick Patriot, Retro Hanover right there will pop the pocket. Valcove on the outside. Hill of Dreams is fourth. They're off the turn. They're on their way home. Valcove the inside. Retro Hanover the outside. Retro Hanover coming to the line. Mick Patriot the inside, the outside. Retro Hanover, Valcove home third, finishing.
Race 13 is in the books, and Retro Hanover was desperately looking for room around that last turn and found it and came on to win that race in 2-6 and 1. Mick Patriot finished second. Valcove was third, and Hill of Dreams was fourth. Fractions were 33 and 1, 106 and 2, 137 and 2, and 2-6 and 1. It's a back half in 59 and 4. Retro Hanover, your winner, driven by Richard Dingledine, trained and owned by Kim Daly. We'll be back with the rest of the card after these commercial messages.
Racing is back at Eldorado Scioto Downs. Catch the excitement all summer long. Live racing every Tuesday through Saturday afternoon. First post time is 3:15. Mark your calendar to see the future stars with a $150,000 Next Generation July 4th. 2-year-old trotters and pacers begin their careers in the next generation. Horse players earn points with a new Caesars Reward program. Eldorado Scioto Downs, live racing is back.
Let's take a look at race 14. This is a 2:20 time bar trot. Number 1 horse is Brother L. Hank Levan will drive, and he also trains. This is a 2-year-old colt by Team 6 out of the Angus Hall mare, Adriana Hall. The 2 horses, Kwame. This is a 2-year-old gelding by Team 6. David Meyer trains and drives. The 3 horses, Scratched. The 4 horse is Hella Toxic. Brandon Jensen will drive for trainer Brittany Baker. This is a Delaware sired horse by Kent County. And the 5 horse is Spicy Begonia with Jason Haynes in the bike. Spicy Begonia raced in the 6th and is coming back to try it again in the 14th. So let's pick up the action in race 14.
As they race around the turn, the leader, Kwame, opens up as Hella Toxic jumps it off. Racing third, Spicy Begonia moving to the outside. Brother L off the turn. They're on their way home. It is Kwame. Kwame has the lead through the lane coming to the wire. It's all Kwame and David Meyer. Spicy Begonia home second. Brother L will be third.
Race 14 is in the books, and Kiwani, after an early miscue, got back trotting and never looked back. Opened up down the stretch, coming a last quarter in 30 seconds flat. So it was Kiwani, the Team 6 filly, trained and driven by David Meyer. David Meyer and Kelly Meyer also own this filly. Finishing second was Spicy Begonia. Third was Brother L, and fourth was Hella Toxic. Fractions for the mile were 33 and 3, 108 and 3, 143 and 1, and 213 and 1. Race 15 coming up has a time bar of 2 minutes. This is what I'm going to call our free-for-all aged pace today. We have 2 horses in it. One Bad Night, trained, driven, and owned by Harry Altop. This is a 12-year-old Badlands Hanover horse who has a mark of 150 and 1 at Pocono Downs and has made $401,628 lifetime. This horse has raced every year since he started racing as a 2-year-old. The 2 horse is Big Ricky. This is a 9-year-old by Big Jim. Tyler Loy trains and drives this horse. This horse started racing in 2015 as a 2-year-old, but he had a little break in the middle here. 2018, he only had 1 start. 19, he had no starts. 2020, he had 6 starts, but then in 2021, he came back strong with 35 starts. This horse has a record of 151 and 1 and has made $134,000. So race 15 are aged pacers.
3 quarters, 134 and 2, 32nd split for that third quarter. Here comes Big Ricky and Tyler Loff. One Bad Night and Terry Groves to the inside. Big Ricky and Tyler Loff on the outside. They'll sprint for home from here. One Bad Night and Big Ricky stride for stride. One Bad Night, Big Ricky on the outside. One Bad Night. They're at the line together.
Race 15 is in the books, and after a battle down the stretch, Big Ricky prevailed over One Bad Night. Tyler Loy drives and trains Big Ricky, and G. Scott Loy is the owner. Fractions were 32 and 1, 104 and 2, 134 and 2, and 25 and 1. And that wraps it up from the Champaign County Harness Horsemen's Association's Spring Matinee. We hope you have enjoyed it. For Ashley Daly, Matt Clark, and myself, Susan Schroeder, have a good night.
This has been Matinee Madness. Matinee Madness is presented by the Ohio State University Veterinary Medical Center and Eldorado Scioto Downs. Matinee Madness is a presentation of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association.